Hello YouTube world, it's Eric Roach reporting live from my place, and today we are going to be tying a very special fly. This is a shout out to the crush of my life, Miss Miranda Lambert. We're naming a fly after you, baby. And today is going to be an extra special tie because I'm going to be trying this out tomorrow in the headwaters of the Miramichi, world's best salmon fishing. Okay, so we have a size 6 streamer by Tiemco. And we're going to load this up. Why Miranda Lambert, Eric? Oh, well, ever since I heard her sing, I knew I was in love. Never even seen what she looked like until a year later. And I was awestruck. I said, how could somebody so beautiful sing so good? I said, how could I ever meet this lady? And then I found out she was hitched. But as fate would have it, apparently she's on the market again. So I thought, now's my chance. I'll woo her with my talents. And then I thought, well, how would I do this? Half decent guitar player and singer. I mean, I'm no pro. I could probably show Blake Shelton a thing or three, but anyways. Some guys, they write poems. Other guys make paintings. And I said, well, I better do what I do best and stick to it, and that's be silly and tie flies. So today, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to start out by using hand-dyed blonde, although it looks white now like Edgar Winter. Calf tail for the tail of the fly. Yeah, unfortunately they only had light blonde at the store, and well, it really lightened this up. But just work with what we got. The underlayer of the hair, if you will. Well, we're just going to wrap this in real nice. Boom. That's not enough on the tail. I don't like the way it looks, so we're going to come back and add a little more here. Make sure it floats. This is going to be a dry fly, which is referred to as a bomber here in Atlantic Canada, for salmon and for big sea trout, which is what I am going to be attempting to catch on the weekend coming up. So now I'm just going to cut this excess. And I'm going to wrap this in. Nice and blonde, perfect. And before I leave the tail region, I'm going to get some Crystal Flash yellow, because we got to make this fly shine just as much as Miranda does on stage here now. We're going to wrap this up, wrap it up again. And we're going to put it in the back here, tie her on down. Lock that in, cut off the excess, bingo. Then we're going to cut these loops that we've made from wrapping it. Always loop this stuff. You're wasting so much Crystal Flash if you just cut individually or don't double loop it. That just should get the extra trout, the picky trout's attention. Although how could you be picky with the prettiest fly in the world, or woman, depending on which one you're talking about. Okay, so apparently, according to Google, our favorite color is pink. So the tab on this fly is going to be pink. Tab's the little butt section of the fly in between where I'm going to put the hackle and the deer hair. It's going to be pink. Just going to wrap this very nicely. In and around like such. Yep, so my theory has always been that trout, like men, like blondes. So if I was going to put this theory to the test, it was most certainly going to be with the Miranda Lambert fly. And I've been waiting for a while to tie this fly, and it just took me a while to find the right deer hair to dye blonde and bleach, and we finally got the opportunity to make it happen. So Miranda, if you're watching, why would you come to New Brunswick and fish with my silly face? Well, for one, we got brown trout, brook trout, sea trout, lake trout, striped bass, smallmouth bass, largemouth bass, muskie, pickerel, and Atlantic sturgeon, just to name a few fish you can catch here in the great north in New Brunswick. Pretty exciting, eh? Okay, so if you don't know how to fly fish, I'll teach you. Free of charge. Okay, so what else is new? Well, we're going to take some more calf hair here, and we're going to start with the wings. So we're going to come back right about here on the body. We're going to tie this in. The reason I'm starting back is because I don't want to crowd the eye, and I want the wings to be in behind the hackle, not in front. So we're just going to go back down the shank here of the hook. Perfect. We're going to whip finish this in. This is a tool. It creates knots. For those of you who are not fly tying connoisseurs, it's a very useful tool. Without it, I would not be where I am today. That is for certain. Okay, so that's locked in. And we're going to begin the work with the deer here. So I dyed this blonde. Come out pretty good. I used some of the better stuff on my 2 practice runs. Unfortunately, sometimes videos do not cooperate, so we're hoping for a clean strike and 1 take on this one. So we're gonna start off with what we do here, cutting blonde off the deer here. See, nice and blonde, a little bright though with the light, but that's okay. So 1 loose loop, 2 loose loop, and then you turn it and it spins upon itself. That's why they call it spinning or turning deer hair. It's a technique used for bombers, muddler minnows, and buck bugs, and many other flies. So you're just going to come back along this. Cut some more blonde off. We'll probably take 3 or 4 good chunks. 1 loose loop, 2 loose loop, tighten. Once you get your second one in, it's best to whip finish it in case the thread rips. I'm using number 8 thread, unfortunately, because I don't have any 6 left, which is better for streamers and tying bombers and stuff. That's okay. It's kind of sloppy finish there, Mr. Roach, but that's all right. We'll just go up like this. Push her back. Always push the deer hair back. Make sure you pack it really good and tight if you're making a dry fly. Taking a little more here. 1 loop, 2 loop, tighten. Oh yeah, there we go. And we're going to do 1 more here just to be safe. Nice big one. Run out of deer hair already. So this is deer body hair, not to be confused with the tail hair, which is used for a totally different purpose in fly tying. 1 loose loop, 2 loose loop, turn. Oh, and there we go. That's the finishing one right there. And you're just going to push back on it like such with your thumb. Some people use a pen, an empty pen. Seen it done. Don't know why you bother, but everybody's got different strokes. So we're going to lock this in again with the whip finisher. And we're going to start nipping. So I take my hook off the vise to do this. Some people just turn the vise. Again, different strokes. But yeah, so you're just going to start like this, and you're going to come along and you're going to cut it to your, dimensions that you prefer. This one here, we're not going to tie too big. Just going to fluff this up, make sure I don't cut anything extra. Shaking a little bit because I'm nervous. Miranda might see this. I think my fly tying game's weak or something. I wonder if she's ever fly fished. She should. All the cool people do it. Oh, see, I almost got the crystal flash involved in my cutting, so just pull up a little bit more. Make sure your dimensions are pretty good. There we go. Just nip a little bit more there. And there, sometimes this can become quite tedious, especially when you're picky. But all in all, I think we're good. Okay, so put that back on the vise now. I'm going to tie back in on the back. Pull some of this excess off here. Still got our pink tab in the back, which is great. I'm just going to put the white in and amongst it. Alright, snip the excess. Now I'm going to get this golden blonde hackle I have here, like this. And I'm going to pinch it off here, leave a little tab, tie it in. I'm hell on a reel, say what you will. I done make the devil a deal. He tied me pretty, he tied me smart. I'm gonna catch me a million fish. I'm hell on a reel, trout, I'm coming for you. A little remix. Get me in the mood to go fishing. Catch some big old trout. Okay, so we're going to wrap this hackle through the blonde deer hair. Give it that extra nice effect here. Oh yeah, it's looking really good. And then we're going to stop it at the body because we're going to put in a different color of blonde, more of a creamy blonde, and a bigger hackle for the rest of the fly. First two attempts did not quite go this well, so finally I got my idea, and we'll see at the end which ones are better. So I'll have 3 Miranda Lambert flies to test out on my trip this weekend, so stay tuned for the results, I suppose. Okay, so I wonder which size I should use. It's always a big decision when you're picking hackle. There it is, there's my piece right there. Pull back the extra long stuff. Now before I get too carried away here, I'm going to go in front of this wing that I made. I have to split it. So I'm just going to pull 2 as even as I can get strands and make an X. 1 this way and then come around this way. And that way it splits the calf hair. We don't want it laying down, so we're going to come around the front of it, push it up as much as we can here, like this. And now the wings are standing up. Now you're going to cut a little tab off here, pull a little bit more off, and always get the rest of it after, and tie that in behind the wings. It's kind of getting fat and bulky, but that's okay. And tie that in front again. Now we're just going to wrap this around. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go around the wings and continue towards the eye of the hook. And we almost have completed the Miranda Lambert Trout and Salmon Bomber, which is looking fantastic. There we have it. I think that's real fishy. I think, Miranda, together we have created the perfect fishing fly. You'll have to come to New Brunswick to find out for yourself. Okay, so we're just going to snip this. If I can stop shaking. Get me all excited. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, had a lot of fun tying this fly, getting ready, dyeing the material, finding the right material for the fly itself, and okay, try to get a nice close look at how it turned out here. We'll dim the lights a bit. Oh, get that out of the road. So from the front, here it looks like this. It'll float like that on the water. It's a pretty nice fly, Miranda, if I do say so myself. Keep following my videos on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram, eric.roach.71, for all my fly tying adventures and fishing and hunting and all those other good outdoor activities that we all love to and enjoy. This is Eric Roach signing out. I love you as always, and stay tuned. Take care now. Bye.